morning with Ellie. I'm going to grab Zara's gear. Whoop. Okay, so I'm swapping horses now. I'm going to get on this girl. Hopefully she's going to give me some grace and behave herself. I'm going to grab my bridle. Lily, come on, come on. Yep. Now we get the cranky pants. Face. Up. And she's having a bit of an arrogant little moment here. Thought she was getting away with it because I didn't ride her first. This will be 2 days in a row now that I've gotten on her. So she's starting to get more work. Which means she's going to start to figure out she's getting more work and she's going to start to not want to do things for a little bit until she understands what's going on. Oh, and I can feel a rib there. They're getting ribby. Head up. Stop paying attention to what I'm doing. Good girl. Miss Diva needs to get put back into work. Stop her silliness. Oh, she likes that part being done. That's fun. Dusty girl. Be putting these muscles where you're going. I don't want your bum towards me. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. No bum towards me, thank you very much. Once again, we check the bottom of our blankets, make sure there's nothing there. No kind of sticky seed pod that can get in there and cause a horse to have a problem. I'm going to put this on from the other side today. I'm going to ask her to come up here. Come on, get up. And I'm going to ask her to stand. Now, she's going to probably go silly. So, she can escape from that if she needs to. Or wants to. Can't grab this right angle. Sorry, Bubby. I know that suddenly went down there. Now, I remember yesterday I forgot to do the strap up the way it needed to be done. So let's make sure we get it right today. I'd like there to be some decent clearance there under the wither, where the wither should be. There's clearance on the actual saddle. I want some clearance on the actual pad. I went through a phase with her where she was being extremely girthy and silly, and she was cow kicking me continuously. I couldn't understand. I was so petrified of doing it. We worked through it. I used to stick for a couple of days, let her know it was going to happen regardless. We looked into it. There was nothing wrong. There was no ulcers, no nothing. She was just behavioural. Just thought she'd try it. This was a few years ago. Does it every now and again. For the most part, it's fine. So yesterday we had a really nice exercise ride for about 20 minutes or so. We weren't on there the entire time, but when we were on there we were working. So we had a good ride, a good result. We'll try to emulate that today, see if we can get it again. Nice result. And if she's happy to comply, then that's really good. She's pumping her belly out. Up. Oh, that saddle blanket is all over the damn place. Yeah, you could have had your turn, but you carried on like a pork chop. You had your go. This is a little weird. Usually my saddle blankets aren't silly like this. Today it's acting silly. So I don't want to end up with her having a bit that's hanging too much this way or too much that way or something silly. See how we go. Go up a bit. she understands not to come out of that circle. Turn, trot, walk, 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 turn, turn, lovely, walk, walk, trot, trot. Now she came in my circle, didn't get her, but she's realised now. Come in my circle, huh? Especially over this side. There we go. Good job, Amble. Walk. Come in. Okay, that's much better. So now I'm feeling like she's doing a little bit better now. She's listening. I'm just going to try and correct this saddle blanket issue that I have. It's kind of pulling that side there. I'm going to make sure it's got no roughies underneath it. That saddle's sitting right. Again. And look how much her belly has gone down. So she's puffing herself right up to try to get out of having to do that. And she's gone a little loose in the girth again, so we're going to go again. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 adjustments. Geldings are much easier to deal with. Yep. Yep. A gelding's not going to give you the girthy issue as much as what a mare will. Mares get girthy because of their cycles. They get protective of their belly. Fair enough. That's what they do. Some kind of weird thing just flew in my mouth. Come in. Shut. Hook. Hook. So, she's ready to go. Am I ready to go? I don't know. I have to see. Hey Crazy Cat, hey Beard. Hi Simona, how you doing? And Ahmad. Hey Ahmad, how you going? Who else is here? Mayara Gabriella. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, so she's ready to go. I've just got to bridle her up. And hopefully we're going to work on some things. She's always been a horse that's very difficult to stop. She's always had that issue. She's broken in where she never learnt or refused to learn the basic stops that horses should automatically just know. What's happened here? Your bridle seems to be, the grip seems to be, you seem to have a trouble with your bridle going. Seems like your head's gotten bigger overnight. Has it? No, it hasn't. It hasn't, Mum. We want these things to be comfortable, not uncomfortable. She's still got the same mouth she's had for the last 9 years. I've almost had her for 9 years. Actually, no, I've had her for 8 years. It'll be 9 years this November. It'll be 9 years. Nice stretch under there. Good girl. Go. Good girl. There we are. Now yesterday Yesterday I felt really good when I was riding and I was able to go into a canter without an issue. Today I'm a little nervous. I don't know what's going on. It might be the weather, but I feel like I am a little bit nervous about getting on her today. So I'm going to give it a whirl and see what happens. Okay, so Szara, let's see how she takes it. I'm going to mount on the other side. Bit of a stretch getting up there. She's a bit stiff this morning in the neck, so we're just going to get her to do a bit of work to loosen that up. Good girl. I don't know about that. She's got an attitude right now. That's okay. I'm going to get her to keep moving. They don't have their attitude in their tantrums. Okay. Good job. She's listening nicer now. Good girl. Trot. Trot. I'm having to kick her and I usually don't have to. Good girl. I'd like to see her drop her head a little bit more and relax a bit better. There we go. Keep going. Down the drive. Nice, calm walk. Trot. 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 I want her to lose this attitude she's having. It's starting to get to a point where she's listening. That's nice. Good job. Good job. I've never had to work hard to get her to move, but the last two rides I've had to do a bit of work. Usually she's very forward. She's getting older though. She's had a lot less work, so probably what's wrong. Good girl. Lovely, good girl. Good job. Nice reinforcing to her that she's done a great job. Asking her to go a bit quicker. I'm going to turn in. I'm going to wall. Good stopping right there. She's listening, beautiful. She's listening with the bridle to move on and walk. Good job. Now I got her mind today, so she's a lot more I can see what's going on here. She's opening her mouth, getting that in there. So she's getting that up in there. Yeah, that's a trick she does. You can see it this morning. She's far more, she's actually much better today after just two rides. So being consistent makes a massive difference with anything that you're doing, really. The more consistency you have, her tongue is over her bit. She's flicked her tongue over her bit. So that's a bit naughty. And some horses, they play with their tongue under the bit and they get the tongue underneath the bit and then they start to give you a bit of an issue. So I'm just going to watch that because she's playing with that bit a lot. So she doesn't generally do that. It could have been me putting it in the wrong way. That might have been what it is, in which case I'll see a difference when actually I'm going to get back on this side again. I'll see a difference when I get back on in how she performs with me. Not very graceful at getting on. Usually we're bitless, so it's kind of strange, but let's go. I'm going to ask her to move. I'll give a little tiny tap on the side. That's better. So her attitude may have been because the bit was under her tongue, and I didn't remember to check that. I'm going to do a bit of sit trots. Up. Yep. Up. Up. Straight look hands for me. Beautiful. And we'll good job. Now today, she's just giving me what I'm asking immediately. And we'll... So she's listening, beautiful. She's giving me everything I'm asking for. No drama, no craziness, just giving it to me as I need it. And this is lovely. And maybe the maturity, she hasn't been regularly worked for a couple of years, so I think just having that bit of a break and having that maturity coming through, and she's a 15-year-old now, she's no longer a spring chicken, so she'd rather just get things sorted and done. Back. You're back. Back. So I'm very impressed with her right now. Her level of listening right now is really, I don't know if I've just forgotten how good she is or if she's just gotten better. I've probably forgotten how good she is because I'm used to riding a younger horse that isn't really well versed. So, in all that, let's see how she goes. Beautiful. Walk on instantly with my rein, side rein. Oh, not listening there, so I'm going to do it. Okay. We're going to do a few like I'm getting old, Ma. This isn't easy for me. Go this direction. Just get it to supple. Get it to be supple on this side. Lovely. Beautiful. There we go. We want her to disengage that back end. Not the front, the back. Yep. There we go. Come on. Just cross our back. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Good girl. Thank you. There we are. And she listened nicely there. So we're going to do it again on this side. If she understands again. Lovely crisscrossing of the legs. Beautiful. And that was nice. Now I'm going to walk. Good girl. And we're going to see if I can get her to do a side walk, a side pass. Now walk. Hang on. We're having a bit of drama. This is no. So I'm going to go side, 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 side. And walk. Right? Not listening. So we wanted to just listen to that. Listen to that nice, relaxing side walk. Walk. I want to stand still. Yeah. Walk. Good. Good girl. She's wanting to go. Whoa. Doing silly things. Trying to get my seat back. Not easy to do, so carry on. And walk. And walk. Whoa, I'm going all over the place. This is me, not her. I'm so not used to the small pony seat. So I used to be very good on the pony seat. Okay, now she feels nice and soft in the neck now. All that hardness of that sugar that she had from her breakfast is relaxed now. And she's really calm and nice today. So, see how we go. Walk. One had a walk. He's going to relax and walk. Straight line. Don't like the stiffness she had on this side, so we need to practice a little bit more. It's very just crossing her front, but I want her rear end. Good girl. Rear end. Good girl. Good girl. relax. That's a big ask for an old girl who hasn't been ridden for a while. It's a big ask. Just pushing my tail a little bit. Nice, relaxing. Good girl. It's going to go slow. She's anticipating things. A little early. So I can relax. See, she's got a nice slow neck now. Doing a nice low cowboy style relaxed neck that they like from the quarter horses when they're doing western. They like their necks to go nice and low. Stock and quarter horses. Here's an Arabian cross with a Welsh. So she's built a little differently. But she can do quite a bit. She's very versatile. That Arabian part of her gives her that energy and that quickness. The Welsh gives her the quietness as well. So it gives it an even tone. And I'm asking her to stop with my seat one more forward and forward. And we're going to back up. Back. Back. Good girl. Relax. And there's something in the bushes there. Probably the same thing that frightened the shit out of Ellie. So today that was really, really good. How long have I been going for? 30 minutes. Good girl. Oh, that was a pretty good ride. I think we'll give her a break with that. She was enjoyable today. I enjoyed that. That was a nice, well, it was probably 20 minutes of actual riding. 30 minutes of actual work altogether. Maybe not even that much. There's something in the bushes, I know. It's okay. Whatever it is, it's all right. Probably a fox. Could be a cat, you know. One of those cats. Been running around the neighbourhood. Wildcat. Cat. Not like the cougars in America. We don't have cougars and things here. We just have dingoes, but not around this area. Got to go out Northern Territory or up Fraser Island way to get the dingoes. She's going to probably have a nice roll in a second once I release her. Stay, bub. Ready? Okay, off you go. She'll go and have a roll. No doubt. Alright, there she goes. Want to have a roll? She's like, I want to get out of here. That's what I want to do. So we're going to leave her in for a bit. She's had an awful lot of grass, so today she's going to stay in for a while. And turn that around there. There she is. She'll probably have a lie down in a minute. Yeah, it was a good ride. Yeah, she did chill out. She's hey Boss Mobile, how you doing? She's done really good today. Hey Skelly. Amy and the equines. Hi Amy. Yeah, Amy, you were correct. Her tongue was over the bit. So she was giving me a little bit of angst because of it. She sometimes does do that herself, but I think it may have happened when I was putting the bit on, when I was putting the bridle on. It's possible. Yeah, but she was really good. She did well, and she doesn't do too bad for an old girl. I had her going with a whole heap of stuff. I had her doing all side passing and doing all this stuff. And I can't bloody remember what the hell I did, what commands I used to use. I can't remember. See, I stopped riding her roughly a couple of years ago, which would have coincided when I had the stroke. And that's when I started focusing on Ellie. And I totally stopped riding Szara. She was literally out of commission for nearly 2 years. She maybe had the little girl who used to come to ride her, maybe you know, a handful of rides with her, and that was it. She didn't, and that was just on a lead line. She had no work at all. She's itching to go out. I'm itching to take her out. But I just want to make sure that I'm comfortable before I do, because I don't want my anxiety levels to be really super high when I'm out on the main road. She's excellent with traffic. You can ride her through anything. You can ride her past tractors and stuff when they're going. When the council's even mowing, I've ridden her on the opposite side of the road to the big council mower, and she was fine. The only thing she didn't like was we had a double semi-trailer with cars on top. So it was 2 layers of cars. And when that went past, she took off like a rocket. She was easy to stop, but she took off like a rocket. I was on the ground, thank goodness, so I had the sense to get off. I just had a feeling, because she just felt a little bit anxious when I heard that truck coming down the hill and saw it. And I knew it's going to turn where we are. I jumped off. Lucky I had a decent length of lead rope with me. And when she took off, I was able to sort of contain that energy fairly quickly and circle her around. And then she stood and looked at it, and then she sort of settled straight down. But generally with traffic, this horse has no issues. We had the roadworks doing the roadworks for a while there, and I was riding her along the road where the roadworks were, and they have the tank that sprays water out the back. She didn't freak out about one of those either. Neither did Ellie. I was actually training Ellie. Some of the very first rides I had on Ellie was when the roadwork guy was there and spraying his water tank along. Well, and we were getting hit with the water, but Ellie was fine with it. So she's just, you know, she can be very flighty as a horse, but having the Arab in her, I mean, thoroughbreds have got a bit of Arab in them as well. So for the flightiness, you can sort of have a little bit of, you know, sudden spurts of taking off, but it's not always that bad. You're going to remember those demands if she gets you off her. I've never come off her, you know, and I don't intend on coming off her. I've not tried to come off her. Well, I haven't really had to try. There's something about this horse. I seem to be able to hang on to her no matter what happens and not come off. And she's done some really quick spurts and ran into, you know, she had this rabbit once that come out of nowhere, and she ran straight up the road, 100 miles an hour, full gallop with me on her. I thought for sure I'm going to come off when she stops, because she stops suddenly. Ran right to the edge of this gate and just slammed the brakes on. I did not come off. I don't know how I didn't come off. I was in a crappy saddle. I didn't have anything really holding me on, but I managed to hold on. I think it's just because I was aware of when it was going to happen. I was bracing for it. But that was probably the closest I ever came to coming off of her. And another time was, I hadn't ridden her for about 6 weeks. This was probably about, when I first got her, probably about eight years ago. I had a spell where I didn't ride her for a bit, and I was focusing on another horse that I had, and he was a big Appaloosa. And I went and got back on her, and I went out in the paddock and started to sort of try to ask for a canter, and she just wouldn't have it and went into this bit of a pig route thing, started bucking, and she was just going up and down, up and down, up and down. I thought, I'm going to come off for sure. No. Then she just stopped, and I was like, okay. And then what I did, when she stopped, I made her go again, and I got it straight into the canter. I didn't leave it until I didn't get off or anything. I just got straight into the canter, and it corrected it, and she was much better. Occasionally she will carry on a bit. But when she does, I'll get the chiro out, because sometimes she gets a bit put out in some bits. If she's fought with another horse, or she's rolled a certain way and she's got herself twisted in a stupid way, she can sort of get a bit weird with things and play up. But she's sound as anything. She actually had Vernon, the chiro, out not too long ago. Her and Ellie both had a session with Vern. And she was out. She was out in the rear and she was out in the front, in the shoulder. So he popped her back in and he just said, she's good. But he didn't like her diva behaviour. She's a bit of a diva. He said, she's a diva. I don't like the diva behaviour. And she gave him a bit of hell. So he had to be very assertive with her, which I have no problem with someone asserting themselves. You've got to assert yourself when you're around a horse that's got, diva antics at times. She's always been like that. She just has that nature where she thinks she's very prissy and prominent and she's in charge and she's the boss. When you take her out on a ride, you can have 6 or 7 other horses with her. She will do whatever you want. If they all took off, she'll stay with you. She's a great ride to take out. But one thing she dislikes is being behind the other horses. So if there are other horses in front of her, she will throw a tantrum until she reaches up and goes in front of them. Unless I really, really give her, I'll take her and go backwards in the other direction and make her think about who's the boss and what we're doing. And then she'll settle and she'll be more happy to walk behind in a group. But if there's her and another horse side by side, if her nose isn't in front, she would have made great thoroughbred. If her nose is not in front of that other horse's nose, she is not a happy camper. She's very dominant like that. She wants to be in front. Doesn't matter if it's a mare or a gelding, she doesn't care. It can't be in front of her. And so often I ride with people who have large horses with big strides. So she trots a lot when we ride. She has to trot a lot to keep up. So she gets a good workout. They'll just be walking and she'll have to trot. So my mate's got like a 16-hand around the corner who, lovely horse, but she's got a big stride on her. Her walk is Zara's trot, and a pretty quick trot too, not a small trot. If Zara was just to stay at her walk, they would be 100 metres apart in probably 30 seconds. They just light years apart with the stride. So, but I'm really glad that I've done 2 days and I've cantered both days. So today I cantered again, and that was really good because going into the canter is where I worry the most with horses. Only because sometimes in the transitions, if they get angsty about it, that's where they'll throw in a behaviour. So a lot of horses, or if they're out and they're not sound, they will buck when you go to ask for the canter. Some horses don't like to trot when they're out. It's easier to canter and they'll go straight into a canter. But mine like to stay in a trot if they're out. They don't want to go into the canter. So that's why it's so important to give them a test run before you get on and see if they're sound. And they can still look like they're really sound, and then you can get on, but your weight and your positioning can change that and make them have a pinch or something like that can happen. And then you've got a behaviour happening with the horse. But she's doing good, so I'm pretty pleased. I'm very happy. But yeah, I'm going to finish up and have a break for a bit. I'm going to go get myself a cup of tea and probably some breakfast and see how that goes. And you guys have a lovely rest of your morning. I'll catch up with you guys soon. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.